Welcome back to Beardtory, the only show where history gets hairier, and today we're talking grizzled, gravel-voiced, gun-slinging glory. You've seen him shoot straight, stumble drunk, and sing off-key, but never forget the beard that wandered right along with him. This is the tale of Lee Marvin in Wandering Star. What's up, everybody? This is Beardtory, trying something new. Check out the book in the background. I got all these books over here, and I'm just going to show you some random stuff of what I've been reading and all the other friends of the show in the background. But that's not why you're here. You're here because that book just took a tumble, just like this actor. Lee Marvin wasn't exactly known for musical theater, but in 1969, in Paint Your Wagon, he showed up on screen with a whiskey-soaked rasp, a lumberjack's face rug, and the soul of a gold-hunting vagabond. And then he sang, well, kinda. I was born under a wandering star. That line crawled out of his throat like it was rolled in sandpaper, smoked in a saloon, and dunked in bourbon. The beard, dusty, wild, unbothered, like it had just come from a gunfight and stopped to nap in a cave. Lee's character, Ben Rumson, wasn't clean, wasn't polite, wasn't musical, but he was iconic, and the beard sealed the deal. In a film full of clean-shaven cowboys and musical numbers, Marvin stood out like a grizzly at a ballet recital. I just want to give a quick shout-out to Al Farbatarian. I'm pretty sure I said that right, but either way, this was his favorite actor with a cool beard. Lee Marvin recommended this, so I just wanted to give a quick shout-out, or shout-outs can be done. All right, let's continue with the story. Wandering Star was never supposed to be a hit. It was supposed to be a Lee Marvin novelty track. Instead, topped the UK charts, beat the Beatles. No, seriously, let that sink in. A man who couldn't sing, with a face that looked like it wrestled a porcupine, knocked the Fab Four off the top spot. Why? Let's be honest. Authenticity wins. Lee didn't try to sound pretty. He sounded true. And that beard, it wasn't styled. It survived. It was the beard of a man who's panned for gold, married regret, and bathed once since the Civil War. It was the Wandering Star. Lee Marvin wasn't a musical legend, but his moment was unforgettable. He embodied a dying breed, not just in character, but in essence. Tough, raw, unapologetic, and so was the beard. You don't see beards like that in musicals anymore. Too refined, too styled, too safe. Lee's beard didn't follow choreography. It broke rules. It drank the prop whiskey. It smoked behind the wardrobe trailer. That one roll cemented a whole vibe. The wandering man with a purpose unknown, drifting from one town to the next, dragging a voice and a beard full of untold stories. And before we get into the ranking, which you're probably here for, and this rugged legend, let's give a nod to the beard care that even Lee Marvin's beard might have appreciated, if he believed in brushing. And that is our friends over at Live Bearded. I'm currently rocking the Forge, and I'm going to say between the Forge, Tombstone, or maybe 1880. He, and Lee Marvin that is, would have appreciated it. Definitely. You know, he would have smelled way better than a drunken lumber camper and, probably still got the girl. So if you want, check it out. If not, stay for the ranking, because now it is time to rank Lee Marvin's beard. And as always, we rank it on 5 different factors. We rank it on the fear factor. All right? We rank it on wisdom points. We rank it on intimidation level, thickness and wildness, and historical impact. And without further ado, let's get into the fear factor. Because that voice, it could haunt dreams. That beard could win duels by itself. You don't know the person. You don't know the man. You look at him, you're a little bit scared. So for me, this is an 8.1 out of 10. Let's jump over to the wisdom points, and let's be honest, not the sharpest tool in the shed. But streetwise, and soul deep. So for me, it's a little bit of a lower ranking. But let's be honest, I don't think everybody's been like Lee Marvin, one of the smartest dudes I've ever seen. So for me, it's a 5.8 out of 10. Let's go into intimidation level. He didn't need to shout. He just looked at you, and then you ran. To me, if you're looking at this beard, it's pretty intimidating. And it's going to be the highest, potentially, rating that I have done today. 8.9 out of 10 for intimidation level. Next, thickness and wildness. It's uneven, it's dusty, it's chaotic, it's perfectly unwashed cinematic grit. This is a 9.2 out of 10. When you look at thickness, it's thick, it's dense. When you look at wildness, yep, right from the Wild Wild West. This is thick. This is wild. 9.2 out of 10. Historical impact. One role, one song, one unforgettable face. Knocked the Beatles off the charts. Enough said. But I didn't overly know Lee Marvin. Obviously, I've never had the pleasure of meeting them, but I also didn't really know about all of this. So for me, it's got to be a little bit lower of a score, 5.9 out of 10. For any of those good at math and we're keeping your math skills sharp, total beard score in the beard rankings on Beardtory, 37.9 out of 50. And this right here is where Lee Marvin ranks amongst all the beards that we have done here on Beardtory. Lee Marvin, he didn't try to be legendary. He just was. His beard didn't sing, but somehow still made a hit. So next time you're tempted to tidy up that face rug too much, ask yourself, would the Wandering Star approve? Until next time, everybody, stay curious, stay rugged, and, as always, live legendary, beard gloriously. That's all we got. We'll be back next week. And if you want a shout out, give us a recommendation on a beard to do next week, and just maybe we will do that for you. But that's all we got. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.